Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion, place of Binding of Isaac AFTERBIRTH Plus. I don't want to, but we have to play as Lilith. Life is like a Cambion when you're Lilith. 0WQXK774. Okay, let's begin. Wait a minute. Hold up. We have Pyromaniac as a result of the fact that we finished last run, and did quite well, I would like to add, with Eden's Blessing. Which means we cannot be hurt by bombs. In fact, bombs will heal us. Which means Bob's brain is a 10 out of 10. What it really means, though, is, like, all we gotta do as Lilith is beat Mega Satan. All we gotta do is beat, like, the second hardest boss in the game. Probably third hardest boss, if you count Hush and Delirium, but which you should because they are bosses in the game. But it gives us really, really easy means, or at least conceivable means, of playing the self-sacrifice room, wouldn't you say? The fact that we can use bombs to heal ourselves strikes me as being quite a good combination here. Don't like using Incubus to shoot, as we've established many times. Burn Penny, dude, it's so good. I would actually give up Box of Friends for, like, the wooden nickel now. Because the bombs heal us. It's like getting HP all the time. You ever notice how bombs heal us? Sounds an awful lot like Bob Vila. I'm not trying to suggest there's something fishy afoot, but is it possible that Bob Vila bombs heal us? Pyromaniac? Is Bob Vila the mastermind arsonist from the final act of LA Noire? Nobody knows, right? I'm just saying the jury's out. Was Bob Vila alive in 1947? Yes, he was 60 years old. It's the perfect age to arson. We need keys. So far, this is very good. I would have loved to have gotten DPS instead of HP, but the HP is also good. Ideally, get a self-sacrifice room on the next floor. After our deal with the devil. I would sacrifice my black cards to try to make it happen. Which I'm almost doing already by just walking so close to enemies, especially enemies that shoot. But in my defense, have you ever heard the phrase, smoke 'em if you got 'em? I don't know what that expression refers to, and I'm being honest when I say that, but I always thought it referred to cigars. It's like, hey, can I have a cigar? Yeah, smoke 'em if you got 'em. And if you don't, well then, what are you wasting your time here for? Go get some cigars, I suppose. Secret room? Not there, so it should be here. Which means one of these is a library. Wow, that's pretty good. We don't really want to go to the shop. So we're going to go back to what I presume is a library. And I would honestly take a lot of books. And we will have the opportunity to do so. We're only going to get to take 2 books, though. What 2 books would we like? You take this and then swing for an extra key. We got a penny, which did not give us a bomb. You take Satanic Bomb. Actually, we can take 3 books now that I think about it. We'll take Book of Revelations. So we got Bookworm at least. I'm going to dump Box of Friends, even though it's a Lilith special. And I'm going to pick up Book of Revelations. Why Book of Revelations? I'd actually not really dislike it if we managed to get 3rd or 4th level Meat Boy. Box of Friends, we're going to feel the burn, honestly, but we'd feel it worse if we were trying to do Boss Rush. So I think anything that gives us Spirit Hearts here is going to be very positive. Orbitals, we can walk into enemies, keep our HP high. You see my point, I'm assuming. Not that Box of Friends isn't good, because it is, but we're looking for something in a little different level here. And we are really starting to close in on lost territory. Like, if we succeed on this run and knock out Lilith's post-it note, we're in an incredibly good spot. I don't know what we have left. We have, like, Judas Mega Satan. That doesn't strike me as being that challenging. I've been wrong before, but I've also done that before, so that might not apply. I don't know. I kind of want to fight the boss. But I know if I fight the boss, we're no longer guaranteed to get a cube of meat. And I'd really like to get this 1st level cube of meat. Like, the level 1 cube of meat is innocent. Yeah, maybe I don't want to rush into a level 2 cube of meat if I can avoid it, but a level 1 cube of meat is a beautiful item. 2 more rooms. Probably we should also check our curse room. Don't let that guy blow up. In your face, at least. You big disgrace. Wow, that's the worst possible outcome. Yeah, that's just actually terrible. I was thinking, I was like, it's probably going to be telepills. Oh, ye of way, way, way too much faith. It's probably our secret room then. Or this is. Indeed it was. Still looking for a self-sacrifice room. I'm operating under the assumption that we don't have one. But I'm also... Oh, so why are you walking into this stuff? I'm also operating under the assumption that we probably will need one. Because it's kind of like... Oh my lord, dude. Oh my god! I'm operating under the assumption that we will need one. Because, we're probably going to want to take some devil deals. You know what? It's actually not horrible to be taking damage here because of Cain being conception. It's kind of like revisionist history. Like, I'm going, well, you know how I took damage like an idiot? Actually, I'm smarter than everybody. It's not that. I was stupid to take that damage, but there's a way we can spin it positively, and I think that's good for us right here. So no self-sacrifice room. So we will not... You know what? I think I'm going to stick with Burnt Penny so that we can really take advantage of... By the way, no keys, excuse me. So we can really take advantage of Pyromaniac. So we know we're going to get a cube of meat. I don't know what we want from this boss, because, like... Yeah, that's pretty dumb in hindsight. Well, I know what we want from the boss. I don't know what we want from a deal with the devils. We'd love something that could give us a key. The room itself might be able to just give us a key. It didn't, but... Yeah, moving on, unfortunately. Now we don't have enough HP to reliably play a self-sacrifice room the way we want to, but we do have time. That's going to be... a large advantage for us moving forward. So, I am going to use a lot of orbital action. If you don't want to see that, this is the wrong video for you. I don't love my DPS with my weird incubus tears. I'm going to continually fire because I want Rodden Baby to be working at all times. But apart from that, I'm probably going to like try to put up a Vanguard with Big Fan Ball of Bandages here, which actually so far is working out real well. Probably because Big Fan blocks our orbital from moving too fast. So we now have poisonous bombs. So our weird synergy just got even better. Without Pyromaniac, this run is like a, you know, maybe a 6 out of 10 for where we are. With Pyromaniac, it's like a 6 with an asterisk. And the asterisk is like, if it starts to click, it might as well be 600. Go ahead, hit me. See if I care, dude. So it's 6 or 600 out of 10. We're not quite sure yet. Should probably not let strong enemies walk into you. Strong men also cry, Mr. Lebowski. Strong men also cry. It's a weird floor. There are a lot of rooms connected to this room. More than you would normally expect to see. Thankfully, we got some keys, and there's our item room right there. What a fortuitous coincidence. You just get, like, it's not really instinct. It's just learned habits, but I know when enemies are gonna die, or at least I can make a reasonable approximation. Sorry, it's, just gotta throw up in my mouth a little bit. I don't want the rosary. Sure, 3 spirit hearts. If we get a self-sacrifice room, maybe we'll consider it. I don't want to get the Bible. We already have Bookworm. We don't need the Bible as an item. In fact, we'd rather have the opportunity to get anything else. There are other items that are worse than the Bible, but we already know the Bible is worth nothing. So, well, it's just a terrible phrase to be taken out of context. Even if I espouse that belief or the opposite of that belief, the point is these are video gaming videos. We don't need to bring one's religion into it one way or the other. This is a safe zone. you take that stuff to the other corners of YouTube if you want to argue. If you find yourself arguing about... Oh, yeah. If you find yourself arguing about religion, politics, you know, anything of that variety, in my YouTube comments, something has gone terribly wrong. And usually what it is that one of us has said something ignorant in the video. Then we can't let sleeping dogs lie. But still, you gotta look at, you know your audience. By the way, I'm stoked. Compass, good item. We don't have to worry about the speed in which we're doing this run, but of course I always like to go faster. The compass is gonna enable us to do that. It's the thing, the compass doesn't force you to go faster, but it does give you the option. High Priestess, good card. This is an XL floor as well, so here's our second item room. So speaking of like going faster. Dang, baby, I can't do it that fast, but I know someone who can. Got you looking on the gliss on my hands and wrists while I'm laying back smoking on my can of what? You can't say that on YouTube anymore. When it comes to rocking the rhythm like Marvin and Luther, I can tell you ain't no messing with Con Man and Twist from the Shy, and I'll be sipping in the sea, going on the beach, with some sea, 23s. Look, I don't know all the words, but I do know that he blows his earth in the wind, smoking fire, and then acquiesce if he can get your sheets wet, listening to Keith sweat, put you in a daze with maze, fulfilling our every temptation, slow jam and having deep what? You think Twista had to work out to be able to perform the slow jams feature live? I'm not suggesting that he didn't work out to begin with, although looking at his physique, I'm like, you know, he and I are in the same boat is all I'm trying to say, really. Wait a minute, can we use Rodden Baby with Fishtail to essentially become a doubled Rodden Baby? I want to give this a test for a room or two. Fly, disappear, please. Next fly, one fly. Oh, wait, but no, but then that was the champion that gave us 2 flies there. I don't know, dude. I'm just saying, you think there's a little bit of cardio involved. This is an okay floor for Pandora's box. It's obviously, like, at the worst of times, starter deck is still pretty good. We just got Succubus out of KB and Conception as well. But we'll try Pandora right here. Jesus Juice, good, fantastic. Lovely, sign me up. Let's get the heck out of here. We're gonna stick with Burnt Penny for now. We are still, you know what, we got a little time on this floor. And since we got a little time, we should look for the self-sacrifice room. Because if it exists, we'll want to go back to it. Although, we do also want to have 2 HP before we do that, because... Come on. We do want to have 2 HP before we do that. Otherwise, we're going to put ourselves in a very delicate and dangerous spot. I don't mind getting a 2nd level Bandage Girl here. It's not a 10 out of 10 item, but it still orbits. We might want to actually refrain from getting the 3rd level, considering how much we're using our orbital, but I think that the populace will rebel if I follow down that line. 'Cause they're already probably like, you shouldn't be doing what you're doing so much. Could you curtail the orbital action, please? And they'd be right. It pains me, but they would be right. I may be crazy. More of a Randy Newman. But I just might be the YouTuber you're looking for. Ah, yes, it's another installment in NL sings Billy Joel, despite having heard every Billy Joel song except for Piano Man about 3 times total in his entire life. You may be wrong, but I may be right. I know that one. And then there's who cares about the Royal Baked Dyson? Don't you know that it's cat-free? I don't know. It's still rock and roll to me. Yeah, okay, I know that one. Get out of here, Chad. Don't you know the internet doesn't like Chads anymore? Back in the day, it was all Chad Muska. Now you're getting a bad rap. We did earn a deal. What a time to be alive. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. We'll take it. Because we're going self-sacrifice route anyway. We already had we'd screwed up the angel deals on purpose, admittedly, but we'd screwed up the angel deals regardless. We should go for goat head because we want to do it regardless. What am I trying to say here? I'm saying regardless every 2 seconds. That's how you know your argument's going down regardless. Other Billy Joel songs I've heard less than 10 times in my entire life. There's definitely... If that's moving up, then I'm moving out. Oh, man, we haven't had Small Rock in forever. And sure, Sharp Pencil, also acceptable, or Lead Pencil. You should continue to play Isaac. You ought to know by now. When you use diplopia on the chest, is that all you get for your spacebar? Good song though. I don't need a spear at heart. I know we could get one back there. I don't need one. There's no self-sacrifice room here. We would know of its existence. Wow, we almost dodged right into that. We would know of its existence by this point because of the compass. So I'm not going to concern ourselves with that. If we don't find a self-sacrifice room, we could always get Dad's key, but the odds are we won't. So instead, we'll just have a fun run. And honestly, it's kind of like trending towards that already. We got a chance of boss rush. Run is not strong enough to justify boss rush yet, but it could get there. I mean, we should be getting a 3rd level bandage girl here, which is actually kind of scary. It's like, are we ready to give up on our orbital action? Because I'm kind of enjoying it right now. Could always skip boss rush, I suppose, if the run's not looking that hot. We got plenty of bombs. Can't be hurt by explosions, so... I expected at least 1 item. 2 items is even better. You might be looking at this, by the way, and saying, NL, aren't you sad that you got rid of Box of Friends? The answer is no. I'm completely content. Because Book of Revelation's possibly a necessary component in our survival to begin with. And then beyond that, we don't need 2 ghost babies. That's why I'm supposed to be sad, because we didn't get 2 ghost babies? I don't think so. Of course, we would have a lot of familiars. And having many higher level bandage girls could be very good for us, but it's not hyper relevant right now is my perspective on the issue. Alright, we're looking for self-sacrifice rooms. I'm bagging you. We could also just, I don't know if we've ever gotten... No self-sacrifice room, huh? I don't know if we've ever gotten... Bandage Girl to level 4 on this save file. So, obviously, we're gonna, be excited about the potential of that happening. I don't care what you say, you know the song's my life. Dude, there's so many Billy Joel songs. Obviously, Piano Man. As mentioned on PUBG, I did go to a few open mics in university. Not to sing, obviously, but to do some ill-advised stand-up comedy, and it was just like 100% guaranteed that somebody would get up and sing Piano Man. That and like a kind of soulsy cover of like Kids by Management. It was 2009. Give us some credit, You were a child walking on your knees for... Okay, we don't need to sing this much. It's been a long day of recording. This singing helps fill up some dead air. I'm also just exuberant regardless. Reminding you of the music of my youth. Like I'm reeling in the years. Don't sing it. Don't you ruin Steely Dan for me. So, we actually are, now that I look at it, suffering in one key department. Hey, okay, yeah, it's pretty bad. We need speed. That's not speed. That's pretty fly, that's quite nice, but it's not speed. Well, probably, if we don't get speed, we're gonna forgo boss rush, I'll tell you that much. Not really the kind of, appropriate environment for boss rush, in my opinion. I would love to hit full HP pretty soon. As stupid as this sounds, and it may well be idiotic, I want to hit full HP so that I can justify taking damage to try to activate Cambion Conception. I would love to get a Little Brim. I would love to get a Dark Bum. There's many things I would love to get that have no double entendre associated with them. Why did I choose the one that, you know, it sounds like I'm trying to have a laugh. I don't know. Probably because it's one of the best familiars in the game. I actually think, no memeing allowed on this stream, I actually think it's not super stupid to play the blood bank and try to get a blood bag. We need speed. It's a productive way to activate Cambian Conception. We could use the money for something, assuming there's no greed in the shop. There's lots of positives. For now, we're not going to do it, just because it kind of has the optic perception of us throwing good HP away. But there might be a genuine reason to go for it. Charged Baby is a fine item, and I will not have anybody insulting it here on my watch. On my watch. Goo-doo-goo-goo-goo. So the thing that annoys me the most about having 0.8 speed is that we actually, like, cannot dodge tractor beams. Every other dodge, we can almost, like, in a perfect world, we could dodge, is what I'm trying to get at, I suppose. We can, position ourselves better, react faster, move, you know, with a better vector to get away from a bullet or something like that. Tractor beams are actually just like, oh, by the way, you're not fast enough to escape. So just, there are a couple of rooms that more or less we're probably just gonna have to bomb our way out of. Now, there's a lot of rooms in this game. Odds are we probably won't see them, but if we do, it's gonna be a problem potentially. So we've already seen... Wow, we did make it to boss rush. Doesn't matter what we take, right? Correct. So we'll take the Polaroid for invincibility. We already looked in here, but I want to make sure. Okay, this is probably good practice. I don't know if you noticed I tend to miss things from time to time. None of that was worth it. Head down to the next floor. There is a self-sacrifice room on this floor. So, things are becoming a little juicy, huh? How are we going to take advantage of said self-sacrifice room? I actually think we can do it without putting ourselves too far behind, like HP-wise. Obviously, I'd prefer not to die in the course of this. We certainly want something here. Neither of these are 10s, and as a result, we will re-roll them. Same. We do have Lump of Coal, but, I'm gonna have to go ahead and say that that's probably a no. We don't need them. We could take advantage of particularly multi-dimensional baby, but we don't need it. These are both good enough. Yeah. So I'm happy with Outbreak, and the 10 bombs, you never know how those are gonna manifest, but worst case scenario, it's 10 bombs. It was worth it for Outbreak by itself. We want to preserve or gain as much HP as possible. Watch out for these guys. We want to preserve or gain as much HP as possible. Because, especially like Battery Baby, if you could pay out a little more frequently, that'd be sick. But we want to play the self-sacrifice room a lot. Like, all of the times that you can play the self-sacrifice room. We probably don't want to teleport, but we might actually want to teleport, like the jury's kind of out. We can't take Broken Ankh, because if we respawn as Blue Baby, it doesn't count as winning as Lilith. And I definitely, like, Lilith is still a character for whom I'm, like, extremely grateful for every victory. So I don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth by just throwing a Lilith win away, potential win at least. It's another Spirit Heart. Beautiful. As long as we can stay near full HP, I'm feeling pretty good. Believe it or not, I'm going to stop short of calling this run a 10 out of 10. I think it's very good, but statistically, still not amazing. Cricket's Head would help out a lot. We didn't get it. Also fine. We should probably try to get as many bombs as is plausible here without having to spend a bomb to possibly get a bomb and a penny in return. Leave that for now. You got enough rooms. This is a floor on which it's very important you do your due diligence, I think. It'd be very nice if this was a secret room. We'll find out soon. It'd be very nice if this was a secret room so we could work on our pathfinding a little bit, because we want to get to the self-sacrifice room as soon as possible. Believe it or not, I think I like Forget-Me-Now here. Not to use immediately, because we need to keep our HP high, but I think I like it on this floor. This is a big room, dude. That's fine. We can make do with that. Remember, we could get like... We could get like 7 spirit hearts on one of these payouts. Well, I don't really want to leave because of the curse mixing us up here, but... There's Little Brim. Great news. I would probably call it. Like, if we get the 7 spirit hearts, we're more or less set. So we got a 100% deal with the angel chance on this floor. I don't know if that's how that works, considering we also have a 100% deal with the devil chance, but I think that's probably how it works. Sure, okay. So I will fight you. It's not really the most alpha way to say that, is it? I will fight you. We'll get a key piece. So this is like, this might save us a bunch of spirit hearts. Gives us the second key piece. It's great news. If we can get the first key piece quickly, then we don't even need to play the self-sacrifice room anymore. We could teleport if we desire. I think the answer is we don't really desire. Please be first key piece. Lovely. So we have the key now. That actually cost us almost nothing. In fact, it didn't even really cost us time. We could still very easily make the hush fight if we want to. It's not really what we need to do here. Dude, we're on a freaking roll. I knew it. I knew it once we got past that slump. You know, the whole game is just slumps and rolls, dude. It's like the worst named restaurant of all time. Slumps and rolls. Now we've made it past the slump. We're on a genuine roll. With a little, like, slump gravy. Cooked from the bones of the slump. This will be Bandage Girl as well. The real question ends up being, have we already gotten Bandage Girl? The answer is, I don't know until we go down to the next floor, I think. And we must have already had it then, I think. Alright, so I feel like we're kind of close to victory lap territory now. Very, very good run. As Lilith, you know what? I'll be generous. I'll call it. It's a 10. Sure, grade inflation. Every run gets a trophy, whatever. Right now, I'm not looking to gift horse in the mouth. You've been very kind to me. You've given me a shot at redemption. Because I have not been the best at playing as Lilith. I think it's fair to say I don't have a great Lilith track record. So to kind of just take one right off the top of the stack and be good to go here is very strong. I have lost a little bit of HP recently. Should probably put a cork in that. Which is an expression that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. You don't really put a cork in this song. You could like recork a bottle of wine, I suppose. I gotta, like, I'm genuinely posing a question to you. Dijon mustard, protected food. Burgundian wine, protected food. What do I mean by protected food? I mean, you know, like it has the UNESCO heritage stamp of... Let's get out of here. We have the Polaroid. Yes. Stamp of, like, you can only call it Dijon mustard if it's from this county in France. Otherwise, you just gotta call it spicy mustard. Parmesan Reggiano, same thing, right? What about cork? Because there's a cork in Ireland. Is it like, if you don't get your cork from a cork tree in Ireland, then you just have to call it like porous wood? I once had a girl. What should I say? She once had me. When we finished the wine, I suppose we should add porous wood. okay. It's, you know, we don't have to go through the whole song, but it would kind of be disrespectful to John Lennon if we didn't, you think? Continue, please. And thank you. Okay, so I mean, we've been there for a while, but we're back to full HP now. Hard to imagine that anything could slow this run down. Or stop it, rather. With one luck, I don't see myself doing the whole floor. Hey, this is what I mean, dude, the tractor beams. There, okay, yeah, sure. It's nearly impossible to navigate the tractor beams. I know that, like, if you have a speed that's, like, over 0.9, you're never gonna have to worry about it. And we didn't even have to worry about it much on that room. It's just, like, you know, we kind of screwed ourselves. However, if our speed was slightly lower, which we had the opportunity to create via Taurus, but if our speed was slightly lower, I think we might have just had to walk into all four of them to get out. I don't know if we could have gotten out otherwise, or it may have taken us longer to get out than it would have to just walk over the four portals in the first place. Wish they'd, like, I'm slow, but I'm strong, dude. Where's your metric for that, science? Doesn't exist. Oh, that's right. Being a little laissez-faire with our HP, but I think that's honestly laissez-faire, because we're gonna have full HP when we go down to the next floor. We got 4 items. We're not being an idiot like we often are and holding the left hand and going down to the chest. Are we ready to fight Mega Satan? I would say more or less. Yeah, more or less. Not Lieutenant Morales, who I pronounced as Lieutenant More or Less for a while, and then people made fun of me. So, I remember now. I remember when I lost my mind. Certainly, we're gonna pick this up. We're gonna pick this up. We're gonna pick this up, and then we're gonna go for the doubling. And we've squandered it. I forgot about this this crooked penny. We're going to leave. I'm ready to leave. And I'm ready to pick up a much-needed W right now. Starring Josh Brolin from the year 2009. You'll forgive me for maybe, like, trying to expedite the process on some of these runs, but first off, we took the necessary due diligence earlier on this run, and secondly, when every run is Mega Satan, no run is special. So I'm trying to have fun while also ticking off the requisite things on the to-do list here, so that we can have fun to a higher density later, if that makes sense. It's like, you know, let's knock out all the chores at once, and then later, it's the same as my policy on procrastination. I'm gonna level with you. You can call me a nerd if you want. I'm impervious to your social pressures, okay? I'm taking this class. You can probably guess what discipline it's in. From the fact that I talk about a race starting at 0 all the time. I'm just passionate, okay? First class was on, like, November 3rd. They assigned something. There's a project due on November 18th. I started it and put in like 2 or 3 hours of work on the first night. You know why? Because I had the time, and I don't like having things hanging over my head. November 18th, God willing, is going to roll around one way or the other. I can either have 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, well, not 20th and 19th, I guess, but you get the idea. I can have all the time from November 3rd to the 18th. With me safe in the knowledge that I completed my assignment early. Like, you know, put in the pressure on the front end and then just have it done and relax. Or I could spend, you know, the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, etc., being like, well, I should really get started, I should really get started, I should really get started, and then probably do worse on it anyway. It's like a worse quality of life, and then also on top of that, probably do worse in the end anyway. Unless you, like, you know, really do well under pressure, but I don't know. If a surgeon tells me they do well under pressure, I believe them. If a student tells me they do well under pressure, I'm like, how do you know? Well, the assignment's worth like 5% of your grade. How high pressure is it? No one's life is on the line. Anyway, this is being needlessly dismissive. I'm just saying, that's my philosophy. I take a very logical approach to procrastination. If you're gonna get it done anyway, you might as well get it done early, if you have the time. That way you got a better quality of life between the time that you finish it and the due date. If you're not gonna do it, you might as well just give up on it early. That way you can at least, you know, not torture yourself for 10 days being like, am I gonna do this? Just accept it. Just say, I'm not gonna do this one. I'm not saying you should do that. I'm just saying, I think that's the logical way that you should approach it. Wasn't always that way in my life. Trying to get older, trying to mature. Something really skeezy about saying mature, like mature. Big baby. Wow, that's, you don't have to resort to name calling, sir. For now, thanks for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. Let's see what the heck we got left here. Good, good, good. Judas. Blue baby. We did Megasane. We still have to do Delirium. That's right. Lilith Delirium. Got it. Lilith's post-it note is not done. That's fine. Keeper, Boss Rush, but everybody's like missing one at most. That's great news. For now, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.